Okay, this is video 2 for the month in review sheet. We just did the setup video and we set the sheet up to your laundromat. So now it's time to start doing some collections and entering those numbers. So first thing first, we opened the month in review blank file that we set up. And now we're going to create our first month here. So let's enter a year. Let's just say it's 2015 and it's April of 2015. After I make my first change, I'm going to go ahead and save this, and you can see there's our blank. We're going to put 2015 April right in there, and we're going to save it. Now this file is saved, so we still have our blank and we have a new one, so we can go back to this if need be. So first thing we want to do is we want to figure out how many days it's been since our last count. So when was our last pull? It was 7 days ago. So I'm going to enter 7 here, and I'm going to go right down to our top loaders. So for week 1, in our pull, we had 15 pounds in quarters. Our double loaders, we had 16 pounds. Our triple loaders, 32.4. And then 26, 12, 42, and 6. So we had 149 pounds total in quarters, and you're going to notice that in the next box, our sales box for week 1, it converts our pounds into dollars. So our top loaders at $298.50. That's the amount of revenue that we generated from our top load washers. Now you're going to notice too, when you're looking at the sheet at double loaders, you're going to say, oh, 318.40, how can that be? We're collecting quarters here. Well, this sheet calculates the pounds. It takes that and multiplies by $19.90. Well, why would we do that? $19.75 weighs slightly less than 1 pound. So we need to add these partial quarters to come to a number. Those partial quarters add up, so we want to make sure we count those partial quarters. It's not going to be exact on this sheet. If you want to be exact, what you're going to want to do is use our cash sheet, have a currency scale that when you weigh your quarters, it'll give you a dollar value right to the quarter. Then you take that dollar value, you input the sales on the sales sheet, which is just like this without the pounds sheet, and it'll break that down in turns and gives you everything else that this sheet has. But if you don't have a currency scale, this sheet works great. So as we go down, you're going to know 644 on our triples, 50 on our 517 for our 50s, and it goes right down. So we had 29.73. That's our total sales for week 1. Not too bad. We do have some room for improvement. Top loaders, 2.4 turns. Double loaders, 2 turns, 4.1. So you can kind of see it breaks it all down for you. Another point that you want to, another thing you want to look at is when we set the sheet up, we entered some water assumptions here. So these were the gallons that we entered when we set this up. Now it's taking the turns that we put in here, and it's taking those turns and it's converting it into gallons projected water usage. So we have 55 CCFs, or 40,000 gallons of water that we use in week 1. So we got a running total here. We can take that and we can calculate our bill. Now week 2, it's been 7 days again since our last pull, and I'm just going to do this real quick. You're going to notice how quick the sheet can be. You're going to run it right off of your collection sheet that you used at the store, and we had 134 pounds total. So I just ran those through. 7 days since our last count. Now you're going to notice in this total box here, it took the first 2 weeks, 7 and 7, it's 14 days. Adds up. We have a running total for our pounds here. We have running totals for how much our revenue was, and you can also see it breaks down week 1, week 2. Oh boy, we lost a little business here. How come that is? So generally I'm a little busier in my first week or 2 than I am as the month goes on, but it seems like that's the case here too. So you can see our totals, 5,600 for our first 2 weeks, not too bad. So these are our turns for week 2. Now you're going to notice here, 2.3 turns, this is our running average for the month. So this is based off of 14 days. You had 2.4 your first week, right here, and 2.2 your second week. It's an average over the 14 days, 2.3 turns. And it breaks it down for each month. And then you can also look at your gallons, 77,000 gallons. So we're starting to use some real water here. And that's pretty much it. It's very easy to use. You're going to get your totals quickly, get your turns. If something's going on, all of a sudden, hey, week 3, I'm down to 1 turn on my top load, or what happened? Maybe you got some machines that are broke. Maybe you need to go in there and see what's going on. So this sheet is a great way to spot some of those weaknesses and your strengths. Maybe you need some of these bigger machines. Hey, your triple loaders, they were doing 4.1 turns. People are using those machines. Maybe we need some more of those. We could definitely generate some more revenue. So that is our month in review sheet, and that's how we use it. Thank you.